Indian folk and tribal art forms. To understand, firstly, you would have to understand it is going to be a very vast topic. What I want from you is to stay put, stay patient enough till the end. These topic, it is going to be divided in certain segments dedicated to certain portion or art forms coming from different parts of India. So slowly, today what we are going to be looking into, firstly types, and then a particular art form which is lesser known but celebrated throughout central India. And after we finish the session, there'll be assignments that you have to complete in class and then after class. शुरू करते हैं. प्रार्थना, read.
Yes. India had always been known as a land that portrayed cultural and traditional vibrancy through its conventional arts and crafts. The 36 states and union territories sprawled across the country have their own distinct cultural and traditional identities and are displayed through various forms of art prevalent there. Every region in India has its own style and pattern of art, which is known as folk art. Other than folk art, there is yet another form of traditional art practiced by several tribes or rural population, which is classified as tribal art. The folk and tribal arts of India are very ethnic and simple, and yet colorful and vibrant enough to speak volumes about the country's rich heritage.
All right. So now, can somebody tell me what is a folk art and what is a tribal art? Or are they the same?
In this tribal art of a type of folk art.
Tribal art is a type of folk art. So what is, in your words, what is folk art?
Art forms that the people indigenous to that state have developed with the materials available in that part.
Materials available in that region. So that means every state would have different art forms or folk art forms. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and tribes have tribal art. So what is different between folk and tribe? Who are the folks and who are the tribes? So right now, Pratna said that they are very indigenous to that region or that particular location. So tribes, as we understand by that term, would be remote or extremely remote areas where there are still certain cultures, certain civilizations that had certain practices, not in terms of art, but their way of living, which means food, festivals, celebrations, and art, because art imitates life. So everything that they do during these activities, which means mostly festivals or weddings or anything that is, very special to that particular tribe, they would portray it through their music, through their art, or their dance forms. Right. So human senses को जो भी art form, painting, murals, rangolis, alpanas come under the same category, folk art or tribal art. So folk art, by the name, would mean common man's art. So when we call it common man's art, that means it is for everyone, except the royals. So for a very long time, common man, they did not had a medium to understand or did not get educated in the field of art. Be it any form of art, be it music. Do you know there are gharanas? Are you aware of that? For dance forms, for music, classical dance or classical music. Because it was only accessible to the elites for a very long time. But of course, when the common man started aspiring to be like the royals, to imitate the king, the queen, their houses, their walls, their ceilings. So when you start imitating but you don't have the right resources, what do? You would not find these art forms having the correct anatomy or the correct proportion or the correct perspective or the correct even colors or materials. But slowly, because it was accepted by maximum, of course, royals were only so many. And the common man started practicing and practicing it in a way they did not want it to perfect it like what they saw, in the palaces. So it remained the way it started. Nobody wanted to change it because it is certain, characteristics, certain features to it, which is very special to that particular tribe or that particular region, like Worldly. Worldly is done on mud walls, mud which is red, Indian red. And on that Indian red mud wall, when you draw with rice paste, which is a white paste, then you get what we call today is Worldly painting. It has been adapted just like Wally, various other. We'll now learn all the different types. Okay, first thing, what we do not understand is the difference between traditional, which is modern art, and folk and tribal art. The difference between them. So understanding the difference, how to find out there is a demarcation, there are certain features, there are certain qualities to both. So to begin, let's understand which are the Indian folk and tribal art form. Only these. Not all are called folk and tribal art. Madhubani, Tanjore, Warli, please write down. Gond, Patachitra and Kalamizutu. So in India, we have only 7 folk and tribal art forms, which has been categorized and have been given the honor of folk and tribal art forms because there have been practices, there have been artists, there have been villages dedicated towards a singular type of folk and tribal art. Like the one here you see, can somebody tell me which painting is this? Anyone? No one's here from Madhya Pradesh.
It's bond painting.
That's Gond painting. So how many of you heard of Gond? Be honest. None.
Never.
Pratna is heard. Others? No. MP से है कोई? हाँ हाँ.
I say it even I've heard.
Divya has. Divya is from where?
Karnataka. Bangalore.
Ah, okay. कर्नाटका का कौन सा है? सो हम शुरू करते हैं. We'll start with one type of folk and tribal art form. Again, Central India से है. गोंद. Prevalent है MP में ही mostly, but it has spread, of course. Ayushi, read.
Tribal art, like folk art, has also progressed considerably due to the constant developmental efforts of the Indian government and other organizations. Tribal art generally reflects the creative energy found in rural areas that acts as an undercurrent to the craftsmanship of the tribal people. Tribal art ranges through a wide range of art forms such as wall paintings, tribal dances, tribal music, and so on.
Right. So when we talk about folk art and tribal art, as I just mentioned, it is not only the paintings that we see, because dances, indigenous tribe, their own dance and music comes under the same art form. But of course, we are here going to be learning about the visual arts, which is mostly wall painting, murals, and nowadays what we find in the canvases. Gond. Read, Ayushi.
Where words and songs dance on canvas, colors and patterns make musical harmonies, such is the charm of Patangar's Gond paintings, Dindori, Madhya Pradesh. These paintings have a unique style and unique art which certainly mesmerizes for its unique theme. Gond art has been ruling for centuries, traditionally adorning the walls of each artist's home in Patangarh. However, with the changing times, from the walls of homes, Gond art has gradually shifted to paper and canvas. Gonds are the largest tribal community in India and they are mainly found in Madhya Pradesh and its surrounding states. Today, the works of these Gond artists are being recognized around the world. For the Gond community, Gond art is majorly inspired from nature, as art is everywhere in nature. The beauty of this art lies in its intricate patterns, all spreading a grace on the artist's canvas.
So now tell me, because you can see one of the paintings closely, tell me what are the features or unique features of this particular folk and tribal art.
There are a lot of side trees.
I'm sorry? Somebody said side face?
Yes, ma'am.
Side face. What else?
Eyes are big.
Eyes are big. Tell me everything that you see in it. It's a either a god or a goddess, some deity, right?
Yes. Krishna.
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 Yes. What else do you see? Tell me everything, every unique feature that you may not find in any other.
There are many lines used.
Yes, it is completely covered. Dots and lines. Yes or no? Starting from the face to the feet. Eyes are big. Side profile. Animal and human both. What else? Forms. Face bigger, body smaller. Yeah? body having two colors. It's not necessarily monochromatic, which means singular color. You can see the cow having two colors. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So, whereas they may look childlike, or maybe, something you can do yourself without having the knowledge, but it is not the case. They are extremely laborious, time-taking art forms, which may or may not take more than a month's time, or even more than that, if it is, on a larger canvas. Right? So, as we all understand, these art forms for a very long time were only done by the women folks of the family, and only as a decorative piece of art on their walls or on their ceilings or their floors. Divya, read.
Yes, no, we go now. These paintings are prepared on the theme that majorly I nature as the main subject. Other than taking inspiration from nature to draw these paintings, myths and legends can also be another subject on which these paintings are drawn. Each masterpiece is worth of praise. And why? And with each masterpiece that these artists create comes a certain specific amount of time and detailing and size of each. While some of the elaborate works can take up at least 3 to 4 days with final touches. But each painting is unique from another, and the end result are worth of it.
Right. So, the best part about these kind of art forms are you cannot replicate them. Each and every one is going to be different, even when it's done by the same artist. So now these families, you have to understand, just like we understood, it is originated from Patangarh. Please write down the name, guys. It is important. Exam mein aata hai. Gond, the name of that tribe, the name of that particular community, that's how we got the name of the artwork. So Gond जब शुरू हुआ, बहुत ही यूनिक तरीके से, जो नेचर में अवेलेबल मटेरियल था, कलर्स फ्रॉम द नेचर. देयर वर वेरियस वे ऑफ extracting colors from the nature, from the flora, fauna available in that particular location, just like any other tribal art form for that matter. So if you look at certain artworks, the entire tribe has started practicing. They have started teaching the next generation and generation after that. NGOs, government organization, Ministry of Culture has helped the entire community, not only Gond, Madhubani, any other folk and tribal art forms which needed help from the government organization to expand their artworks, not only in different parts of India but abroad. So there were exhibition and promoting, if you know Lalit Kala Academy, which promotes Indian art, Indian music, Indian dance form, traditional art, traditional dance forms. There are exhibitions for such artists who, they have no formal education, but you may find their artwork going places. Still, they're using these traditional mediums, which means they're producing colors on their own. They're making their own, materials, art materials, which means creating their own brushes or canvases also, or handmade paper as well, and still using the same technique, the known for generation to generation, of course, and using the same methodology to produce artworks.
Hey there! welcome to iMate Creative Studio, India's #1 online coaching for Bachelor of Design, Master of Design, Bachelor of Architecture, and Bachelor of Fine Art. Since all the important B.Des, B.arch, and BFA exams are around the corner, it's time to get a head start in your preparation. Join iMate's live online entrance preparation courses or smart study programs to achieve a seat in your desired college. Avail iMate's festive discount up to 50% off for limited time. So why wait? Hurry up. Register today. Visit iMate's website at www.imatecreativestudio.com or call us at